Clara, you're on mute.
How you doing?
Good. I can hear you now. Cool. Dude, I have to give you my compliments. I was just watching your 007 video.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What well why the compliments? It's nothing that hasn't been said. I even talked about a podcast, but a guy paid me to get my opinion. So I just expanded a little bit on my previous statements. But I mean, was it good or what?
I just thought it was funny because you were talking about, hamburger and ketchup and all that. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, it was a good analogy. It is. It's
Yeah.
modern day artists are such talentless, worthless hacks that all they can really do is take recipes that much greater chefs have created, originated, formed on their own through trial and error, and add salt or ketchup. That's all they can do. And that's what modern movies are. It's like, well, you have this great filet mignon that we call the James Bond series created by Ian Fleming, and now we're going to add black vagina to it. You see, and now it's like a whole new movie. It's like, go fuck yourselves. Get the fuck out of here. But then my other sad observation is that society will eat it up, just like hamburgers and ketchup.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. What are they going to ruin next,
There's not going to be much left to ruin. Soon they will have to turn on themselves. They will have to go and start attacking one another, which did happen, by the way. I saw this. It was the weirdest thing. I went running around Lake Harriet. Athen can look this up. And it's all hippy dippy. This is where rich baby boomers and the crystal people, they believe in healing crystals and crap like that. They go to retire. And there was an old church that was desanctified, but I saw a bunch of young gals walking into this old church. I'm like, well, was it an active church now? And I walk up to it, and it's the Lake Harriet Spiritual Community Center.
Spiritual.
Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? You lift this communist pieces of parasitic shit. You don't have no God. All you guys, but then you still need some kind of spiritual thing. Well, what the fuck? You're mocking the Christians. You're mocking the Jews. You won't mock the Muslims because they'll actually kick your ass because you're pussies. And you'll mock it. Well, what the fuck is this? You're worshiping the Gaia God. Did we all bring our healing crystals today? And then the only reason I even paid attention beyond it than that, maybe if a bunch of young gals were walking into it, I would not have noticed, but there were a bunch of other old broads protesting something. I couldn't even see the signs because they're too far off. Like, what are you people protesting? You're all on the same anti-American, give me free other people's money, communist, parasitic, scumbag, varmin of the sea, scumbuckets. You're on the same team. What inner fighting you assholes possibly have with one another? Don't you all? You're all under the banner of fuck white guys, fuck rich people, fuck producers. Fuck anyone who's strong and give us free. What are you fighting over now? And so I was going to look in to see what these morons are turning on to one another for. But
was that this morning?
No, that was yesterday. I have so much anger, Chad. So I'm trying to turn so much anger. I was supposed to help somebody move yesterday. What's the number one rule if you ask other people to help you to move?
Well, I would say that you have to reward them with some sort of like refreshments.
You are, that's third or fourth.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't, how about you make a time and you keep the time? Is that what
How about you show the fuck up when you want people to be there? How about, let's start with that. What would be another rule? Like a really important second rule?
Man, you help way more people move than me.
Well, that's because I get free lodging out of the deal, and these people did lend me their moving truck. Now, these people are movers. This is what's funny about it.
Did they not, if I had to guess, was it not already packed up?
It was not packed.
Yeah, no, I've been in that situation. That sucks. That sucks.
If you are ever asked to help move, and you show up, and they are not packed, you immediately turn around and you walk away.
Leave.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, leave.
And then third, which DT did not do, is you have the obligatory beer and pizza ready.
Right.
In copious amounts. Copious amounts. It's like there's no way you're going to run out. That's the obligatory American style. I would even guess our Mexican buddy, Atham, would be kind enough and know, like if we had to help Atham move, I guarantee you he'd have tacos ready for us. He would have tacos and tequila ready for us. I think so. So anyway, let's do this real quick. This is going to be a fast one because I do want to hear what you got to say. We got to talk about some house cleaning with SuperChads going away.
Damn.
Yeah. And then it's going to be a $5 minimum super chat if you guys want us to answer because it's a beautiful day. The main thing, it's a beautiful day. I got to work out. I had a ton of asshole consulting, not a lot of videos, but deeper ones that weren't just wham bam, thank you ma'am type ones. And so I do have a schedule, and I got to find a new way to do Google Hangouts. Although I know that Google Hangouts was ending in 48 hours.
Why do you suppose they're doing this?
Who gives a shit? Who
Doesn't make sense to me.
Why'd you get stood up by the girl that really seemed to like you that one day at the bar? Why do people keep having kids they can't afford and then wonder why they're poor? Why it doesn't? I'm sure maybe the maintenance cost or the server consumption, the energy consumption to run live stream from multiple sources. Maybe that was too taxing. Maybe the super chat money. Maybe they just don't. Maybe it truly could be that a critical percentage of Google's workforce has been so co-opted by ineptitude in politics that they can't function anymore. And now there's no sane captain at the helm. I don't give a shit. Not worth their time worrying about it. But
Damn.
The trick is now we got to find a new platform that you could do live streaming from that allows you to have somebody else come on and allows us to take donations. I think some of that can be done through OBS. But it's just this, and I may be taking a week or two off from podcasting because I don't want to deal with it. That's really what it's summer. It's beautiful.
At least it's beautiful where you are, not beautiful here.
Well, you got hot and humid out there or what?
Hot, humid, storms, the usual shit. Yep. You probably had it yesterday.
Yeah, we had it yesterday. Today it's nice and it's dry, nice and it's beautiful. That's why I'm like, no, I'm yeah, yesterday I went running. It was 74 degrees. It was cool, but it was so humid I sweat through my shirt. It was miserable running weather. But today I'm going out. I'm going to enjoy and yeah, anyway, no, this is your show. You said you want to come on. What's going on? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I wanted to tell you some things about the meetup that we had with Roosh in Chicago over the weekend. Roosh, you've never met him, right? Like
I've never met Roosh. No, never.
Roosh is a really, really, really nice guy.
I wouldn't doubt that in half a second. You can see that. You can hear it in his writing. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's just a really chill, nice dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to tell you, so there were two events. There was one Saturday night where he gave a talk, where he talked for about 2 hours, and it was another 2 hours of Q&A. So it was pretty long.
Yeah,
long.
4 hours, yeah.
And at this event, there were about 50 people there. Have you ever heard of E. Michael Jones?
No, I haven't heard. Was he also a speaker, or
he was at this thing? He wrote some book, and Roosh is into the religious thing now. It was some famous guy that I didn't know was famous, but he was there too. Anyway, so I told you and Atham this. So I sit down. Guy sitting in front of me goes, "Are you Chad Elkins?" And I'm like, depends. Are you the government? But so yeah, he's like, no. I watch you on Clary's live streams, and that's awesome. So then a couple minutes after that, and they may be watching now, another dude walks up to me and he goes, "Hey, you're Chad Elkins, aren't you?"
Look at you, Mr. Famous.
This has never happened to me before in my entire life. I thought that, the IRS or the FBI, found me or something.
Yeah, they get you first before you'd ever be recognized in public, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it was really cool. The first guy who was sitting in front of me had all these questions, and he kept saying, "Mr. Elkins." I'm like, you stop that shit right now.
Was he older than you or no?
No, these are kids in their 20s. But,
yeah.
I never want to be a Mr. Elkins. My dad can be a Mr. Elkins, but not me, Yeah.
Well, did I ever tell you, I've been recognized in public, I think it's 6 times now.
Really?
Yeah, and like the first time you think it's a fluke, you're like, oh, that's never going to happen again. I've never told you why I was recognized in public.
Where was it? You might have.
Well, several times. Like the first time I was working security at a large corporate security, And this guy comes walking up to me, and this is long ago, and he says, "Are you Aaron Clary?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I immediately, because I've been recognized in public before, but it's because of all the dance classes I did locally. So people, "Oh yeah, I took your dance class, or I had you as an economics teacher." That's what it would have been 10 years ago. And this guy's like, "No, I tune into your YouTube channel." I'm like, "Really?" And he's like, "So you're not lying about working security?" I'm like, "No, why would I lie about that? Of course. Yes, I do work security." He's like, "Oh, no, it's really cool." So I was like, "Oh, dude." So I couldn't wait to rush home and tell the GF because, you know, my ego could never be safe. I'm like, Guess what happened? Guess what happened?" They're like, "Oh, all right, pat on the head." And they didn't, you know, people still didn't wonder I was at a flukes. And then the next time we're at Jimmy John's getting a sandwich, I got the GF with, and I ordered my sandwich, just going, "Holy cow, you're Aaron Clary." I'm like, "Oh yeah." And I'm thinking like, "Oh, were you a student of mine?" He's like, "No, I'm a big fan of your YouTube channel and blog." And I just look over at the GF. I'm like, see? I say that again. Say that again. It was really great. It's like, "All right, I don't need to hear it." And then third time we're at a McDonald's in Mankato. I dragged the GF over. I'm like, "Listen to what he said." Then we're at a festival of some kind. We went to the Masons. They had like brats and burgers. Guy serves me up a brat and a burger or whatever. And then I say, and I'm going to pay him. He is like, "No, you don't have to pay, Captain." And I'm like, he's like,
Wow.
It's on us, Captain." I'm like, "Wow." And like the captain, I was just like, and then what was the last time? Oh, I was at Red Lobster. One of the
Red
waiters,
Lobster.
yeah, Red Lobster. "Dude, man, I came from California, and you're spot on, man. This place sucks. It's cold as shit here. Why? I don't know. I'm going back." So yeah. So how does it feel to be recognized in public, Mr. Elkins?
Strange. Like yeah, it was cool. The guy I was with, who you've met, you know, a friend of ours, he was just like, "What the fuck?" You know, he's looking at me all twisted, and I'm like, "I don't know. This never happens." And yeah, it's an odd feeling. That never happens.
Well, that's what kind of happens. See, I've never been to one of those meetups. I would love to go like one of those meetups or seminars or whatever, because it isn't just like, you know, Roosh shows up and there's no other local or media, you know, especially in a town like Chicago. I bet you there were some other sizable Manosphereans, the Red Pillars, or whoever.
Have you ever heard of Nick Fuentes?
Yeah, Nick Fuentes.
He was there. He was there too.
Yeah. Does he live in the Chicago area then?
I think he's out in the burbs, like Schaumburg, but I got to talk to him for a little bit. I knew who he was, but I'd never seen any of his stuff.
Yeah. So usually, you know, there'd be a headliner, and then that'd be the main reason I'd want to go, because there was what was it? Not Roosh. Rolo was talking about some seminar he went to, and he wasn't even a speaker, but in the audience was kind of, you know, the League of Extraordinary Red Pillars. And but yeah, you get to meet all these, like, "Oh, hey, I didn't know you lived. Oh, wow, that's cool." So yeah, it's kind of neat. And then you were one of those. Now look at that. You are known. You are a known quantity.
Well, it's because of you. I mean, you know, they didn't see me or anything. That's just these.
I don't know, with the amount of super chats I get, I highly doubt it. You could probably go on. We could call the Chad stripper pole or something like that, and you could go make a ton of money. So, well, was the seminar good and insightful and all that, or what?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. He basically gave us a whole rundown about how his life was, which we all know, and sort of how he got to where he's at now, which is more spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting is there were a number of young ladies in the audience. One was 19 years old, and they knew who Roosh was, and their questions were basically, "How do I find a quality man? You know, what do I need to do to not be like everybody else?" And Roosh was just like, you know, be feminine, you know, all the stuff that you've seen that everybody's talking about on Twitter.
I want, really, do those girls need to ask that question? I mean, are they? I want to know. Are you girls that brainwashed that you don't know what men want? Really, men want big tits, long legs, long hair, and
well, they were so young. Like, these girls were really young,
right? But maybe they are that brainwashed. Maybe they really do need someone to say, "Look, men want." Because I have a hard time seeing girls on not SuperChads, webcam girls doing exactly what men want. You know, here's the tits and here's how I'm cute.
My clients, yeah.
Your client, right? Yeah, it's not like this is, you know, strip clubs. We know what the formula is, and here these girls are like, well, how do I really? Was it more like, how do I find a traditional quality man who's going to be a good husband versus a player who's going to leave me?
It was that. It was more, I think some of them were concerned. It was only a couple of them, but they were concerned about, you know, men just want to jump straight into sex and all that. And so they didn't want to lose out on potential men by keeping their virginity, you know, and this came out.
Okay. All right.
So Roosh was just kind of telling him what communities he thought they ought to be in, you know, church communities. Kind of an obvious answer, but, you know, they didn't know.
Dude, imagine when you were 19. What the fuck did we know?
I wasn't nearly mature enough to go to something like this when I was 19.
Right. I knew women didn't like fat, ugly guys. I knew that. But I could, you know, figure out that much. But I guess the naivete, like, where do you go? Especially given the, oh, just be yourself. Oh, you're a great catch. Any girl would be lucky to have you. Just not me. You know, that kind of thing.
Roosh made a joke, like, the line to talk to these young ladies will start on the other side of the room there. You know?
Oh, good. Well, then, is Roosh doing all right? I presume he is, because he's weathered worse things than this. But I'm just kind of curious: is he completely changed now in terms of what he's writing about and where is he going and what he's going to do?
Yes, from what he talked about, and he had another event yesterday, just a happy hour in the afternoon, and I got a little one-on-one time with him.
Cool.
He has completely de-emphasized, you know, the physical, like hooking up with women and everything. Like, he sounds like he's basically voluntarily celibate. You know, don't quote me on that, but he's making it sound that way because he wants to find a quality woman, and that's hard to do, at least for what he's looking for.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually became some kind of man of the cloth, to be honest. And more of a legitimate one, as opposed to some dipshit fresh out of high school who, you know, couldn't get laid anyway, didn't want to work or want to avoid the Vietnam draft or whatever. And then, oh yeah, I could tell you all about morale. I'll trust a war-torn, beaten up, truly exploratory individual like Roosh, who came to religion under his own terms and through his own path of understanding because it's more sincere. The only problem is I just don't believe in any of the religions. I don't. And you're almost forced into this quandary where you look at how the real world works and what its dynamics are. And the fact that you're finite, you are almost forced into religion of some capacity or another. But I don't know if you have to subscribe to the, what I found. Did he ever say why he decided to become Christian? Was there a reason he chose that over Judaism or Islam, or aside from Islam wants to kill everybody? Or
he had gone to church before, like, you know, there's an Armenian church that his family, you know, had gone to when he was a kid. So in a way he always was, I believe he said he had been baptized. So he was always sort of there, and now he just saw it as him returning to it and living a life like that. Yeah, I can say this: he was 100% sincere. I read people pretty well, and this is legit.
Yeah, I noticed with your ex-girlfriend, you read them great, man. You could spot them a mile away. Well, I'm glad he's doing well and he's on tour and things are well attended. And yeah, one of these days we will have to have him on the show.
I did tell him that, because remember you were texting me. I'm like, hey, I was chatting with Aaron Clary. He wants to do a podcast with you. And Roosh is just like, great, have him contact me.
Yeah, no, and it's like everything else. It's like there's got to be time. And now with the curveball fucking Google, it's not that we didn't know this curveball was coming, but
yeah,
now we gotta fucking go figure out something else. And
also, he'll be in Minneapolis next weekend, like I told you.
Yeah, and I'll be gone. See, that's the problem. I'll be gone. He was kicking around. He did email me or text me or whatever about going to Rapid City, or someone said he was going to Rapid City. And I said, Roosh, hit me up with any information you need on Rapid City. And he liked it because Rapid. I was like, well, have you ever been there? I don't think he had. I'm like, well, you might want to come visit the place first. But he inevitably decided to settle back east near his family because family was very important to him, and that's what he was going to do.
He did say that he felt like, because his tour goes all the way through the rest of the year, and he said he thought he'd probably just settle out where his family is back in the DC area.
Yeah. Well, and there's something a lot to be said where Roosh went, a true world traveler, and I wonder if Forney's going to do the same. Another guy is Andrew Hendrickson. I'm kind of curious about where, you'll go, you'll travel, and you can even be mature enough to know that, the world is not perfect. There's going to be pros and cons to every place I go. But then Roosh inevitably decided I'm coming back home to America because that's where my home is for whatever its failings. And those are some pretty big failings. And then to also decide, yes, I'll be staying near my family. Whereas me, I'm like, nah, I like having a good 2-hour airplane ride between you and me. That's all right.
My family won't come anywhere near Chicago. They came here once and they were like, that's enough.
Well, they didn't drive. They flew in and took the L, I presume.
Oh, they flew in, took an Uber. I just don't think my dad likes big cities like this. So, yeah.
I don't blame him. It's horrible to travel to and out of. It's fine once you get there.
Yeah. Except for the traffic. Oh, that was the other thing Roosh kept laughing about, was the traffic and how bad it was here.
Yeah. Did he drive or what?
He freaking drove. I'm like, dude, you stayed at a motel, he said, in Skokie, which is a little north of the city.
North, right.
A terrible idea because there's going to be traffic either way, to and from.
He must have taken. Is 41 still a kept secret? Like you don't go down 94, you go down 41.
No, everybody knows about that.
Oh, everybody knows about that now. Okay, because that used to be the way to get to Milwaukee quicker. Heck, that's the way I left your place. I got apparently still no one knew about the south exit to 41. Take that all the way down to Calumet and then hook up to the highway there. But
well, that was like late at night, wasn't it? When you
it was in the morning, early morning. Yeah, I split town.
The only other thing I wanted to talk about regarding this meetup was yesterday during this happy hour. This would have annoyed you. Like you would have wanted to kill some of these people. There were some. I'm not going to knock them too much. There were these younger dudes, early mid-20s, who were sort of know-it-all-ish. And I was sitting at a table with them, and Roosh came by, and they were like sort of getting into this debate with him, like they were attacking shit that he had talked about, and he was just making him look ridiculous, like Roosh was, but they wouldn't stop. So
I'm kind of confused. Like, what, they're just being disrespectful? Like they knew more about picking up girls than Roosh did?
No, it wasn't disrespectful. Like the guys were, basically attacking his going to religion right now, saying it makes no sense and blah, blah, blah. And that they were very, what's the term, black pill or nihilistic or whatever.
Okay, right.
Yeah, so for like 20 minutes, they're going back and forth, and Roosh is like looking at me because I'm the only other guy at the table, and I'm like rolling my eyes trying to get him to shut up because I wanted to chat with Roosh.
Right. Well,
yeah,
I would have probably let him go. Look, who knows more? Roosh, who's what, 40, 41?
He's 40, yeah.
Okay, and he traveled the world and supported himself, blah, blah, wrote books, has more trial and error, very clinical in his analysis of the sexes and the dynamics between them. And a bunch of dude bros who think they know more?
Yeah, they basically were dude bros.
Okay. So where do all dude bros end up?
God, who knows? Probably in dude bro heaven.
Nope. They end up in dude bro. Nearly every dude bro ends up broke, divorced, with child support and alimony payments.
Well, I don't even think these guys could get the girls, but they sure were.
Well, were they good looking guys? Or were they like your nerdy, how do I get the girl types?
I mean, they seem to be decent looking, but I mean, particularly one of them, the attitude was just, God.
Well, here's the question. Okay. Again, I am trying to become a new person, more calm. Yeah. Were they wrong?
I thought they were wrong to like go after what somebody feels is the right path. I mean,
were their assumptions wrong? What they thought they knew as fact, is it wrong? Were they factually wrong?
I believe so. It turned into a bit of a religious debate.
Good. Are women wrong thinking big is beautiful?
Yes.
Are liberal arts majors wrong thinking you can't put a price tag on education?
Extremely wrong.
Are immigrants texting girls and soccer moms wrong to drive their minivans in the left lane of traffic?
Yeah.
Okay. let life punish them. Don't you argue with them. Don't. Soon someone's going to get pissed off and they're going to get in a road rage and they're going to ram that SUV soccer mom off the left lane. Okay. The dude bros, they're going to know more. They're going to go party and drink and they're going to find a girl with big tits and she's going to be a stripper and it's going to be wonderful because she's the best thing they've ever had in bed. She'll get pregnant because they know he's whatever, an investment banker or whatever. And then he's got child support payments done. Just let him go. Don't, I mean, you had right for them to get upset for them being rude and disrespectful towards Roosh, but you're not going to solve it. You're not going to solve it. Even people I care about, not going to. People I tried to help move the other day. Hey, line it and like, let's get an assembly line going. No, hey, guess what I did?
What'd you do? Walk away?
I helped move the heavy stuff that needed 2 people. Now I was done.
You were done.
And then they ran over. And I mean, they would sit and talk about where each box needs to go. It's like, how about the fucking house? All of it now before it rains, and we worry about where it goes specifically in the house later. And and then guess what? They got to deal with it with 3 less working people because we split. Right? It's you gotta let life punish the stupid. This is what vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. I'm not saying someone tries to attack your wife or kids. Vengeance is mine, so I won't do anything. Yeah, you go kill them. But if you got an idiot being an idiot and it doesn't affect you personally or directly, let them be idiots.
Well, this is what got me about it. You had to like pay money for this and everything, and it's a private chat where we could talk. So 1, I was pissed off that these guys were doing that just to be annoying. And 2, Roosh was like making the rounds because he wanted to talk to people one-on-one. And these 2 like knuckleheads would not let it go so I could chat with them. It was literally just us 4 at the table. So I was getting pissed. I was like, just fuck off, They're
monopolizing the conversation.
Yes. Over stupid things. It wasn't interesting. No. So, but yeah, I got to talk to him. So
cool. Well, did he recognize you as the famous Chad Elkins from the Older Brother podcast?
He did not. My star only burned so bright, but he did not know who I was. Of course, he knew who you were.
Yeah, we've corresponded before. Yeah, so no, we should have him on the show. There are questions I'd like to have asked. I hate to say it, I think Rich Cooper is going to be the last guy. Not that I hate having Rich Cooper on at all. He's going to be the last guest we have on for
tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow at 3 p.m.
I'll tune in for that.
Yeah, because then after that, Hangouts is over. I don't podcast until Friday, and so then Hangouts will be gone, whether I find a substitute for that or not. But yeah, it's heck. I think I've only had Rich on maybe 2 or 3 times now because it's just so hard with everybody's schedule and all that. But yeah, once we get a new platform, whatever that is, that allows us to interview people, we'll do that with Roosh because he does have some interesting. Because in some regards, he's further down the rabbit hole than most other people, and even most of us are, because he's banged. I don't know what his notch count is. It's over 100 probably. You and me, I think we're at that point where we're okay if we never run into another gal again. Like it's going to have to be like marriage material. Otherwise, fuck off.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, we're now at another existential point where you're making good money. I'm making good money. A lot of people in our group are making good money. A lot of boys are following the advice, not majoring in stupid shit. They get the money. They have minimalistic expenditures. And also it's like, well, what the fuck do we do now? And I was like, that's a good question. I was just worried about eating and having I should be, but this question, like what happens next? I think Roosh is down that a little bit more with the God pill. But no, I'd be very curious to, I disagree with the religion, not specifically Christianity, but any religion in general. So I'm kind of curious. Was it something as simple as, well, he was Christian before, now he's going to be Christian again?
He just seemed he just seemed really at peace. I mean, I had to admire that. He seemed very comfortable with his decision and relaxed about it, and I think that means a lot.
Yeah, no, it's because after that, it's serenity. Once you get out of the battles of the lower echelons of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and now you do have food on the table, and now you do have stability and a career, and you're over the hormones of women, and now you get to look, oh, I'm going to die. Well, what's this all about? And if you're at peace with everything else, there are some demons you get to wrestle with down the road. And the only thing that I think can answer that is religion, or a completely stoic approach of I'm perfectly all right with my totality of existence to ceasing, even my cognizance of it, because that's what it was before. And it is very likely we'll return to that once again. So I'd like to have that kind of conversation with Roosh, because it's very rare you're going to see someone take the actual path. Most pastors, most quote unquote religious people, don't even contemplate those matters. They participate and join religion for ulterior motives, more to belong to a tribe than anything else, but not these existential questions that people have. So I'm curious on his thoughts about him, what his logic was to get to this point.
Yeah, and I'll bet you, I know Hangouts are ending, but it sounds like something he'd love to come on and chat with you.
We'll have it. The technology something will exist where we can have people on. It's just after it's like it's like any other relationship or job. Like, you know what? This is too hard. I think we need a break, or fuck off, YouTube. You know, I'm not, you have this great, oh no, we can't have. All right. You know what? It's really sad going forward. Anybody who's going to build, as people get experience, as younger people become older and wiser, and we have more, society has more of a working experience with YouTube or Google, they're going to realize, God, you guys can't just be stable on one fucking thing. The trains, we know the train tracks are here and the trains go this way and that way at these times. That stability we depend on. The highway goes that way and it turns around and it goes the other way. Or Frank does great tax service, and Frank has always done great tax service, and I can go to Frank. With YouTube, again, it's the bipolar girlfriend where it's like, I don't know what the fuck you're going to do next week. Now, do I really want to build my entire company's, one of the key critical components of my company on this service you offer that you may end up just getting rid of at some point in time? And I was like, well, maybe not. But I'm going to be curious to see if this doesn't dethrone YouTube, because that is such a key thing for such popular people, like your most popular content producers.
Yeah,
they're going to go somewhere else, and wherever they settle on, I have a feeling that is going to. So if there's a savvy platform out there that can allow people to come on, have multiple people on the same stream, and you allow to monetize it with some kind of form of super chats, I bet you they could totally take away YouTube's dominance.
So. Yeah, I hope there's an alternative that people are going to use.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that YouTube got rid of this very popular platform, it's almost like, hey, we're Disneyland, but we got rid of all the rides. Oh, so now we got like a carousel, and we got the spinny dizzy cups that make you sick, but we got rid of all of our roller coasters. So, but please still come to Disney World. Like, I think I'll go to Great America. What else? We got any super chats in the room?
There's actually quite a few. Can I do the one that somebody sent me in a? You remember
on the paper? Yes, you actually got a physical $5 bill in the mail. This is very nice. Yes,
which I'm keeping all of it. So I think it was last Tuesday, I opened my mailbox at my office. You can find that online where my office address is.
Right.
And there's an envelope, and I didn't recognize what it was from. I didn't know who the guy was, and I opened it. And it's a letter. It's a letter, okay? And there was a $5 bill inside of it. And so I'm going to read the letter now. It says, "Hi, Chad. Next super chat, ask Aaron, how do I get the nose hair trimmer? Ha! I always enjoy you two on the podcast. All the best." Can I say his real name or no?
Just say his first name. We don't need to say last name.
Oh, yeah. Jim.
Oh, that's fine.
So I thought that was really nice.
It is good. I did trim my nose hairs yesterday, by the way, coincidentally.
You did?
Because, I was like, have you gotten to that age yet? Like, okay, you got them in there, you're scratching your nose, and it's annoying as hell. I'm like, oh, it's nose hairs.
Well, you saw I was experimenting with a beard earlier this month. I don't know. that's about the closest I came.
Yeah, I got nose hair trim. And the way you get the nose hairs trimmers is you go to my Amazon affiliate program, which you can find the link to at olderbrother.com/donate. And there are 3 links, one to the PayPal donation box, one to the Patreon donation box, and the other to the Amazon affiliate link box. And you just click on that and you go buy some nose hairs trimmers. That's like $8 I ever spent because those nose hairs are annoying as fuck.
And thanks, Jim. That was an awesome piece of mail to get.
You got to frame it all. Like, and put it up at your office. Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. Yeah, put that in there. Yeah, that's really cool, man. That's
yeah, and there's a bunch of other super chats here.
Let's go through and get them out of the way here.
Okay, some of them are less than 5 because they did them.
Let's be honest. Let's answer them real quick. But yeah, we're not taking any more super chats. But you can go donate, but we're not answering anything under $5. Not because we're pricks, but because it's beautiful outside and we both got to get going, and I got to get to work. And by work, I mean working out outside.
All right. Well, the first one is Nonstop Dre 360. Morning, gents. Listening to you while working out. Cool.
Awesome. There we go.
Yeah. And what's next? Atham Chaparrito.
El Chaparrito Day. What's spelunker in Spanish?
Oh my God. No idea.
All right.
Atham for $4.44. Happy Atham here, giving happy super chads to you. Well, thank you, Atham.
Yeah, we know why he's happy.
We know why
he's happy. We know why he's a very happy man.
Did some caving recently.
Enjoy your spelunking, Chad. Atham.
Nonstop Dre 360 again for $4.99. Mr. Elkins is famous. He's officially a super chad now with redheads with yoga pants hitting on him. He gets more tail than a Chinese toilet seat. That would be so awesome if that was the case.
I never understood the yoga pants thing.
That makes women's asses look pretty good.
Looks all right. It's not my cup. I don't know. Maybe it's just different. Maybe I just don't like yoga. I was like, okay, how is that different than spandex? What's the difference?
The way they shape it, somehow they make it the most appealing to men. I'm not really sure.
Well, doesn't both yoga pants and spandex form to your ass, so it's the woman's ass that makes it looks good? Like, follow me in on this logic. Okay, spandex, yoga pants, or painting. What's the difference? You're basically just putting a color on the woman's body, and there's no fabric or cloth covering over it. So how is that different than spandex as far as I'm concerned?
Well, if I had to guess, I think, total guess, maybe yoga pants are specifically designed with different type of material or something to where it shapes the woman's ass in an appealing way.
Okay.
I mean, I get what you're saying. To me, there shouldn't be any difference between any of those, but yoga pants seem famous for having that like shape in the back.
Yeah. The only way I know is like these guys like, dude, I go to the gym and I'm at yoga. These girls with the Lululemon pants. Oh my God, it's hot, man. I'm like,
yeah, Lululemon.
You're looking at yoga pants. I'm like, what happened? I remember like cycling, gals, the female cyclists, they'd have cycling shorts on. Like, you could see that. And like, how is why is it the big deal? It's no, but apparently maybe there is shaping. Maybe something's to do with the fabric. I don't know.
And I know they're not cheap either, especially those Lulu.
Oh Christ! I've seen women wear. They're not even going to yoga. They're not going to yoga. They're just walking to the fucking grocery store with their Lulu. There was an incident with a friend's female child where some Lululemon pants had gone missing. And then maybe the other child of the female persuasion of the other parent had taken them. And I'm like, this is the dumbest fucking bullshit. And frankly, now I'm starting to debate the merits of female suffrage if we're going to fight pettily over Lululemon pants.
Yeah. Well, in any case, we got good old Charles Mack in the chat.
Charlie, all right.
$2.71 says super chads will always live on. Good afternoon.
Well, they're gonna continue on. The technology is there. We're gonna figure it out. And here's the other thing: we're not gonna donate our time for free. I'll tell you that.
I hope not.
No. I mean, we could even do it where it's like, yeah, if you got super chads, send it in. We'll charge you accordingly. It would just be asshole consulting online, I guess, is what it would be.
Well, I do feel a twinge of sadness that this is the last time we're going to be doing it exactly like this. But
I can almost guarantee you we will continue to do it just like this, except Google's not going to get 30% cut.
Fair enough.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
The bearded Nemophilus?
Yeah, he's a regular.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
For $5, he says, shekels for cigars. Love that you guys do these during work hours. Get to tune out machinery and tune into good advice. Well, I hope we keep doing it.
Yeah.
That'd be
just, since this is kind of like the last super chat, I think we should give maybe some free advice.
If you can stomach it.
Well, here's some free advice for the boys. This is a little bit more eccentric. It's a little bit more odd. But that's its value. It's not that common or logical, so you're not going to come up with it. But boys, don't get a single mom pregnant that you're not married to. Okay, that's just a little bit of advice there for you boys out there. So that's
what made that come to mind.
Nothing. That's a joke. It's common sense.
Free All right.
Common sense. Don't major in communications. Okay, there's another bit of free advice. You may not think, well, communications is just as good as a petroleum engineering degree. But that's why us older men are here to help you young boys out and any women smart enough to listen to. Do you know how further off women would be if they actually tuned into this fucking show? Like if you had a bunch of 18, 19-year-old girls tuning into this show, do you know how much further advanced they'd be by the age of 25?
I can't imagine. I mean, it'd be a lot better than it is now.
Yeah, well, all right. What else we got?
Let me see. I don't know if there's a pair of $1 super chats from Bitcoin Motorist with no message because they don't let you do a message with $1. Can I give one piece of advice?
You absolutely may.
It takes a real man to step up to the plate and date a strong, independent, single mother.
That's good.
I heard it on TV yesterday, so it must be true.
What, really?
Yeah.
Wait, where'd you hear that? Okay, that was shtick back in the day. And by the day, I mean like 3-4 years ago, but they're still promoting that. It takes a real, were you listening to the 700 Club or what you listening
to? I was at the gym and none of the channels were working except for one. And it was like, is there a talk show named Wendy Williams? One of those.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know who that is.
Well, she had this guy on that was not willing to step up and, date a strong, independent single mother. So he was getting chastised for that. And I'm thinking, man, if only people knew.
They don't. That it for super chats? We good to go?
That's it, dude.
Oh, great. All right.
You had anything you want to chat about? Or?
Not really. That was it. I just wanted to get you had to talk about that. We talked about it. We'll save the conversation for nieces later. Because I got to talk about my nieces and how I introduced them to Cowboy Bebop.
Oh,
and Snoopy. They had seen neither. And it was so cool. It was so cool. Well, I'll save that for another day because I asked them, I said, they're like, we're boy. I'm like, what do you guys want to watch TV? And they're like, yeah. What do you guys want to watch? Okay. And they're watching like Toto the Choo Choo Train, all this shit that I say, I got Snoopy. I'm like, what's Snoopy? I'm like, what do you mean? What's Snoopy? And then I said, we got Cowboy Bebop. You guys want to watch Cowboy Bebop? They're like, yeah. I'm like, awesome. So,
wow.
That's another story for another time. All right, that's it.
Well, a couple more super chats.
All right. Let's get those done.
For $2, Jonathan Flores says for Chad with a bunch of hearts. Oh, thank you, dude. That I'm gonna miss this. I'm truly gonna miss this.
We're coming back. We're not going anywhere. This is
okay.
It's integral. It's integral to my online media empire. There's the podcasts aren't going away. It's just the way we deliver them. It's just not going to be on instead of it. Imagine this. All right, there is a radio station in the world. It's the only radio station. And what YouTube is deciding to do is to take a big ass axe and cut the radio tower down. Someone will build another radio tower. And there's other quasi radio towers that aren't quite as good, but they're out there. We're just going to be broadcasting from those radio towers. That's it. You might have to change the channel. That's all you're going to have to do.
Okay. Fair.
No, that's what it is. Yeah. I mean, it's just, and it might be a week or two because I just need to take some time off.
Yeah. Take a break.
And it's going to take me at least, a day or two to kind of like assess, you know, is it going to be Twitch? Is it going to be BitChute? Is it going to be DLive?
Discord, if that's still around. Somebody was saying that in the chat.
Is Discord, can you broadcast from Discord and have people on?
I think you can. I know Forney was doing that when he got kicked off of here for a while.
You know what? Maybe we'll have Forney. Forney knows this shit. I'll talk to Forney and say, what the fuck is the replacement that allows donations, allows people to come on, and creates a video? And because then as long as I get that video, I can download that video, convert it into an MP3. It's out there. Just give it time. It's like, oh my God, this redhead dumped me. It's like, don't worry, there are other redheads out there.
Well, Joe Jones for $4.99 says yoga pants and shirts 2 sizes too small has the Walmart ladies looking like cans of biscuits popped open.
Oh, I don't want to go to Walmart. I'm not going to Target, but I have to go to Walmart. I got to get some thumb drives. But I don't want to go to Walmart. I'll just get them on Amazon and save myself some time.
I don't think they have a Walmart here that's accessible by L or anything, but I wouldn't go there anyway.
Yeah.
We have, I know you're itching to get out of here, but we have a very melancholy $20.
That is so sad. I feel so horrible. Oh, nosies.
Oh, this one will make you feel bad because it's from Atham.
Oh God, he would do that. See, see, now we're just his slave by this point. Hey, is he telling us what spelunking is in Spanish?
Well, I'll read this and then we'll get to that. He says, Clary, and I know what this is about. Clary, I told you I wasn't going to listen to your advice anyway. So here you go, so you don't feel like you wasted your time.
I get free lodging out of Atham every time. I don't waste my time. It's great.
Maybe if it stings, I'll learn. Have a cigar or a drink. Bye-bye, SuperChads. I actually came around to agree with a little bit about what he's doing, but I'll just leave it at that.
No, I agree with what he's doing. I'm not even saying there's anything morally wrong or debatable about it. I looked at it merely more of a logistical issue.
Right. I knew.
And that was mine. And nobody listens to Clary, but as long as I get free lodging out of Atham, he can do whatever he wants. I won't get upset.
I'm feeling pretty YOLO these days, so hey.
Yeah. I had a buddy of mine. He's like, dude, you had some idiot send in a asshole consulting request and you didn't get angry. You just totally resent about it. I'm like, yeah, because I can't get angry anymore. I flew off the handle on this other guy who had a kid, but still lives at home and wants to know, what was it? How he can move to the United States, but he's a Christian. I'm like, and I just ripped him a new one, like, you fucking piece of excuse for a man. You can't even support your goddamn self and you're going to have a kid. I'm like, wait, let me guess. The Lord will. It's that one. I lost it, but my blood pressure is down to like 111/82 now.
Yeah. You sent us. Yeah. Good for you.
Old Clairmeister. He's getting more calm. Let the world burn. My blood pressure goes down if I accept it will burn.
Well, good. I hope to enter the same realm at this stage.
Well, have you checked your blood pressure yet or no?
Oh, no, my blood pressure's fine. But I mean, I get bent out of shape, mainly about work stuff. You know, people will send me block text and I'll just...
who would do that? Some asshole probably would do that.
Clients, yeah. No, that's about it with the Super Chats.
Cool. All right. Well, would you like to take us out officially of the last final Google Hangout Super Chats?
Oh, man, I hate
I know.
Toodles.